Hi, Jordan. Hey, thanks again for your help in advance. Just happy to pay. It's definitely need some help on this. Anyway, here's the system. It's a little messy right now, but basically from the panel, I do have the inverters hooked up, both on two separate legs for 220 off the main panel. Those are these guys coming in. I don't have them in conduit, but it has that insulated stuff. I'll probably redo it another time. I just wanted to get it going, and these Victrons don't seem to accept the larger conduit connections. Anyway, it's beside the point. So I have obviously the two multiplex 2s and then the MPPT RS. I have to admit, when I first hooked it up, I had these reverse polarity, and then basically when I switched the battery on, it just popped it off. Hoping I didn't do any damage, but it all seems to be at least operating. But then I realized that, and then switched them correctly. I have 3 arrays going in, coming from 3 different places. I have 8, 6, and 5. And the 8 is running basically parallel and in series for 4 of them, 2 sets of 4, and then parallel. I didn't really need to do that. It was just wanted to keep the voltage down a little bit. And then the other ones are just running all in series. So I believe those are all hooked up correctly. I've double and triple checked. Communication cables, these are cheap Ethernet cables. I don't know if that's a problem. And then this thin cable, I'm not really 100% familiar with it. I'm hoping I'm using the right one, but it is like a RJ45 connection. I was able to configure it for the split phase 180 utilizing these cables as the communication, and it looked like it communicated properly. So hopefully I'm doing it right. I have that going into the VE bus. That's the inverter. And then I have the MPPT on the VE can, hoping that's the proper one as well. What you see here is the only connections I've done. I don't know if there's any jumpers I needed to mess with on any of these things. But I was able to get in on the MPPT and update, and there was like a life PO4 option on one of the settings. That's all I did. Other than that, everything remains the same as it came from the factory. I didn't do any programming for the shunt or the link shunt or the distributor. I know there is communication there, but I didn't touch that. So basically, minor amount of programming here, and then major amount of config on there, based on the projects with Dave video where he has the same exact system except for different batteries. Other than that, let's see. I do not have the temperature sensor hooked up. I just wasn't 100% sure on that yet. If that's necessary, I'll absolutely hook it up. And then basically I have these running on I have 2 legs here going in, and then 1 leg each going out. And those will this is a 3D print farm here, where I got a bunch of printers here. It's gonna hopefully run this overnight, and that's pretty much it. The problems are see, if you look right now, it's very strange. This PV will shut down, and then the voltage on the battery will go up to like 56.5. It's weird. It'll show the actual voltage right now, which is about 50 volts or 50 and a half volts. And then the voltage will jump up and the PV will shut off. It's really weird. We're overcast right now, so, but it should be showing more than that. You can see the voltage jumps up real quick and then it shuts off. But anyway, we had it, it was doing about 3,000 watts yesterday when the sun was out, just for a second, and then it would shut off. Voltage will go up to 56.5, and then it would shut down to -1, -10, switching from very low. So it won't accept any input. I guess it's because it thinks it's charged, so I'm guessing it has to do with settings. And other than that, I think that's about it. That's pretty much the review of the whole thing. And if you had any further questions, I'm happy to answer.